Hi guys, Yacca here. So I want to share with you guys one of the best decks to actually counter Demon Hunter and one of the very powerful decks at the moment. Right now I'm still very early in my trials with the deck, and I know that people have been playing this for a while. And that's the Egg Warrior No Hands Gamer Warrior. This tempo-filled, somewhat aggressive warrior. Which is right throughout the ladder right now. So right now I have a 62% win rate with the deck, going a little bit back and forth. But what is key to notice is that if you look towards the win rate against the Demon Hunter, I haven't lost a single match yet. 3 of the matches were against the regular, the most profound deck, or the most played deck at the moment with the Demon Hunter, which is the Tempo Demon Hunter, and I won all of those. The one deck that I was struggling a little bit against with the Demon Hunter was a big Demon Hunter. It was on the it was touch and go there for a moment. Other than that, it takes a bit of getting used to play the deck, and it's also why I've had a few tough matches, especially against the Rogue. It seems like it should be good against Rogue, the deck that I'm playing, but I've had some challenges with it. So I'm pretty sure while I'll be playing the deck, the win rate should go up against Rogue. But one thing that I am really struggling with is Priest. Priest is a tough match for the deck. There's just not that many places. I've been somewhat unlucky and been running into 4 Priest matches out of the 13 matches I played so far, and I only won 1 of them. But there might be some, with a little bit more practice, it might be even there. But it's a very powerful deck, and I would like to take you through some of the deck intricacies with the Egg Warrior. So there's a bunch of different ways to actually play the deck, and it's difficult to exactly say the one correct way to play this. So you have to be really mindful of the different possibilities that you do have. One thing that the deck somewhat struggles with is card draw. So you really have to be sure that you get your draws out of the Battle Rage. Battle Rage is one of the few card draw mechanics that's in the deck. There's also Ankar, the legendary weapon, which tutors out the 4 pirates that's in the deck. There's 2 Risky Skippers and 2 Sky Raiders. The most important card in the entire deck is the Risky Skipper. It lets you clear boards, it sets up turns for Battle Rage, it activates the Bloodsworn Mercenary, which lets you rush in for lethal. It can also give you 0 cost Blood Boil Brutes. So it's a 0 mana 6/8 rush. That's kind of crazy. So Risky Skipper, you don't ever just want to play that on an empty board. Not at all. That's something you want to hold on to. For the mulligan, what you would really like to do is to get some Sky Raiders. That's perfectly fine. But also the Serpent Eggs. That's something your opponent is not really keen on actually trying to break. And it's something that leaves a minion on the board for your Battle Rage, or for your, if you manage to damage it with your Risky Skipper, then you could also Rampage the egg, and it's a powerful minion that drops out of the egg, a 3/4 for 2 mana, even though it's a delayed effect. That's really powerful. One thing that is a little bit of an intricacy is that you don't really want your weapons, your Livewire Lances, and also your Ankar. What you would much rather like to have also in the starting hand is the Corsair Cache, which tutors out the weapons and buffs it, gives it an additional charge, either for Ankar to actually more or less pull out all of the pirates of the deck, or also generate additional value out of the live wire lands and getting more lackeys to generate additional resources. So a few of the combos I already mentioned a little bit with the Risky Skipper and the Bloodborne Brute, and the card draw combo where you have a somewhat wide board and you also draw cards from that. But another one also with the Risky Skipper is that if you can, over the mid-game turns around 6 or 7, you are able to get your Risky Skipper and maybe an Armor Smith on the board that you can either copy with a Bloodsworn Mercenary, or you can drop 2 Armor Smiths. And if you're against an aggressive deck, that's kind of where you really start to win. That's kind of your win condition against the aggressive decks, because you will be generating an immense amount of armor. You could be at 10 armor at that point in the game, but if you do the turn sequence correct with the Risky Skipper and Armor Smith, you could easily go back up to 30, no problem at all. I've seen games where people have been maybe on 15 or 20 life, but with 40 armor, and that's just not something an aggressive deck can deal with at all. And all while that is happening, you're also clearing your opponent's board, which is, for instance, for the Demon Hunter, which has a very board-centric way of actually dealing damage to you. That's really awful and so difficult for the deck, the class, to come actually back from that. Other than that, you also have like a big finisher. If you can chip damage your opponent down, you have a very good 9 mana combo. So if you hold on to your Cochrane Elite, you buff that with the Inner Rage, it goes to 6 damage. Then you can give it Rampage. At this point, you've used 6 mana. And then you have a 9 damage for health. And then you drop your Bloodsworn Mercenary on that one. That's an 18 damage combo for 9 mana. It's 4 cards that you need for those, but you can also see if you can do there's other ways of doing that as well. For instance, for 12 damage, you only need the Cochrane Elite, Inner Rage, and the Bloodsworn Mercenary. That's only 7 mana and 3 cards. And if you get good Battle Rage draws, then there's a good chance that you have all the combo cards in your hand. There's a bunch of different ways to play this, and I will, of course, show you some gameplay, where you'll see one way of playing this against a token built druid token, and eventually playing more of the deck. I'll also give you some gameplay against the Demon Hunter class. But first off, I'd like to present to you some gameplay with the Egg Warrior, where against a somewhat aggressive opponent, and I hope this helps you trying to figure out how the deck actually works. If you do like the content, give me a thumbs up. If there's any questions in regards to this, or you want to see something different in the gameplay, just let me know, hit a comment, and I'll do my best to respond to it. And also, it could be the outset for upcoming and additional videos. But let's head on into the gameplay. Okay, against the Druid, Risky Skipper is really good.
Embrace the chaos.
Do I want to? I'll throw back the live wire lance. I think this is actually one of the matchups where it does make sense to drop Risky Skipper. Well, actually no, because Risky Skipper into Bloodborne Brute will clear the board. I'll just drop the Serpent Egg. It's token. Let's see. I'll drop the bomb, Rattler, and enrage this one. Develop a significant minion. Just to challenge the board. And then if he goes wide, then I could be able to get the Blood Boil Brute down fast. But we'll see.
What shall we hunt?
Discount 5. Whoa. Okay.
What shall we hunt?
I think this is game, right?
I'll show you who's boss.
There we go.
Made to
This is almost unfair.
Drink your blood. Eat your flesh.
There we go. Oh yes, please. Well, you don't want me to have the risky skipper. Just if you give me a battle rage top deck. Okay, certain deck. We'll do this. And we will control the board with the weapon and just go face. And that should be it. Right? Yes? No? Yes? It's not gonna cut it. Aeroponics? Sure. Still not going to be enough.
Will not be denied. Time to face.
That's it. Risky Skipper is such an important card.